Welcome, you're watching Kaleidoscope Srilanka Life News Capsule. Welcome to Srilanka Life News Capsule. Sri Lanka needs investors more than ever, but is the recipe right? One investor who has continued to invest in Sri Lanka for nearly 2 decades in the most challenging of circumstances is the CG Group, headed by Nepalese billionaire Rahul Chaudhary. The group's foray into hospitality began with the investment in the Taj Samudra right in the middle of the war, and later on into 14 properties, as well as more recently Union Bank of Colombo. Its global footprint is at 159 hotels across 107 destinations, and by opening the 100th hotel in India, it becomes the largest hospitality group in South Asia. We caught up with the MD and CEO of CG Corp Global and CG Hospitality, Rahul Chaudhary, when he was in Colombo this week. Rahul, good to have you in Sri Lanka. Despite everything just going pear-shaped for Sri Lanka in the last few years, you've always said that you have great confidence in Sri Lanka, or the CG Group has. Why is that?
Confidence in the market has not changed at all, because we have always said that the fundamentals of this country are in place. It's a question of the global scenario that also affects Sri Lanka. Like I always mention, that tourism sector is a very, very sensitive sector, which is first affected by any crisis all over the world, but also the first sector that shows coming out of these unfortunate situations, because we are a resilient sector. But Sri Lanka, from its offerings, means product, from its tourism offerings, the cultural triangles, the beaches, just everything. Everything is in place. But I think the only thing that needs to be done, the infrastructure, and most importantly, the brand. If you can get these two right, Sri Lanka, although in the global map, but will shine under the global map.
So there is talk of a minimum room rate policy for hotels in Sri Lanka. What is your take on that?
The minimum rate policy in this current time will benefit a few. But I would always choose to believe that you are still in a situation where you're still in a revival stage. Okay, you have survived, now you are reviving. And the market that is traveling the most into Sri Lanka is the Indian market. And I would adopt a strategy whereby make the most of that. An Indian market is a very price-sensitive market. And right now is the time to fill the hotels rather than look at or miss out on the opportunity of the inflow of the highest amount of nationality, that is Indians, coming in. And we believe that there should be a minimum rate for luxury hotels, no doubt. But it has to be done slightly rationally. And it has to be done at a time when you see that the market is slowly coming about, with the global market also stepping in. So my view is, in the short run, you have to make the most out of the pie that you already have and people that are coming in, and then transitioning towards the pie that will come in, which I foresee will start happening towards the last quarter of this year.
Your mantra, survive, revive, thrive. Where is Sri Lanka right now?
I would say towards the fag end of revive. I think we're just around the corner of starting to thrive, if you really ask me from that perspective. It's always a difficult time when you are in the revival stage, but keep in mind, you have already survived, which was an even more difficult time. Now it's only going to go upward. It's just a question of time that you will start seeing the changes, and we can already see that.
Kaleidoscope is on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram and LinkedIn. And of course, if you like our show, do subscribe and follow.
You focus on your goals. We will take care of the risks. Srilanka Life.